Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to get right into the 2020 outlook for Sagittarius. Alright, my lovely Sagittarius, we're going to get right into sort of your general reading. It's going to be a Celtic cross spread. I've already been shuffling and meditating on your cards for quite some time, so we are right about ready to get into it. All right, guys? Now, don't forget to check the placements of your other planets in your natal chart. You can get natal charts done for free on the internet anywhere. Just search, free natal chart. And then that will give you the placement of your other planets. And it's really good to sort of check out readings for those placements as well. So you may indeed be a Sagittarius, but you may have a lot of water in your chart. You may have a lot of Cancer or Pisces. And you might want to check out those readings. So let's get right into it, my lovely Sagittarius brothers and sisters. I am a Sagittarius myself. And we are definitely in your season, aren't we? So let's go. We have the Hermit. Wow. All right, Solitary and the Queen of Wands. Beautiful. There you are. Beautiful. Showing up in your own reading. I love it when that happens. Six of Swords. Two of Swords. Decisions are coming. And Ace of Pentacles is how you round off your year. Wow, very nice indeed. All right, let's get your other cards. All right, so you have a Four of Cups that you have the energy that you come into the year with. And another Four of Pentacles. Interesting. Queen of Pentacles comes in for you as always, and the Hanged Man. All right, guys. Bottom of the deck we have Page of Pentacles. Wow. All right. So let's get into your spread. Let me just move everything down a little bit and get this all situated. My regulars know I'm real picky about the positioning of my card, my spread. I want it to be straightforward and neat so I can read it. Guys, wow, Sagittarius, what a reading for you. You've shown up, of course, in your own reading, in your focus. So this means this is a strong year of self-determination, self-control for you, Sagittarius. Absolutely. Money, of course, is an issue coming in. Blessings are coming in. And at the end of the year, there's still another awakening waiting for you. So let's get right into it. Bottom of the deck, you have Page of Pentacles. Excuse me. Page of Pentacles talks about being extremely sort of practical this year. You're going to be finding that you just are very sort of practical, able to just find solutions all the time to any sort of problem. You're having a real year sort of... I want to say like just the planning in your business or your career, but it's very new, but it's very sort of like practical. You're just, throughout the year, you're just kind of working away very methodically, right? Like, it's like you're not having many problems. Page of Pentacles is very sort of inventive ideas to do with business or, wanting to talk with people as well. This can indicate messages or communications with others on various ideas, right? Various sort of business opportunities or career opportunities. Page of Pentacles is just a very down-to-earth, practical energy that you would love to have whenever you are starting a new sort of business or career endeavor, right? And so the Page of Pentacles is the one who sort of does all the legwork. They know how to fix all of the little issues, or they know where to go, and you know what I mean? It's all the really sort of practical sides of starting a new venture, and it's all coming very easily to you this year, especially since Page of Pentacles is generally what you're kind of resonating with throughout the year. It's a really sort of helpful energy, especially when you are sort of starting off with a new business or a new sort of career path that you're taking, right? Or you're doing something to try to bring in money of some kind, right? It's some kind of new idea. Then Page of Pentacles is very sort of hardworking, resourceful energy that is going to be there, that you're going to be able to tap into throughout the year. And that's really good indeed. All right, so Sagittarius, you start your year off with a Hermit energy, and throughout the year you are really very solitary. This is a year of sort of spiritual growth and transformation for you. Queen of Wands comes in. This is a huge self-transformative year. All right. This is a year for you where I think a lot of you are going to be very much concentrating on your career, very much concentrating on a business or whatever that area of your life, your ambitious side of your life. You know what I mean? The ambition you have for yourself with regard to your the work, right? The work you want to do with your life, as well as your spiritual calling. Some of you, the two are going to come together. You may indeed be starting some kind of career path in spiritual healing, or you may be, or even if it's not in specifically spiritual healing. For instance, you may be starting a path where you are working with the Peace Corps, or where you are working somewhere else in the world and you are working with others, and the work that you're doing is a part of a spiritual calling. It's helping it's helping your spirit to grow and to evolve, right? So it's a real purpose that you have. And this is what I'm saying. This Hermit energy and this Queen of Wands also is the one who really goes out in the world and experiences life and learns lessons from that, right? She's the real life lesson learner in a way, I mean, she's the one who generally shows up when you have a lot of difficulties to face, when you have a really rocky path. But I don't see a rocky path ahead of you. And so in this way, she's the one who shows up when you're doing a lot of sort of self-transformation. This is the type of self-transformation, Sagittarius, that happens not necessarily because you're going through difficulty, right? I feel this year is going to be a very abundant year for you, Sagittarius. But it's still going to be a year where you are doing a lot of changing and soul searching and changing yourself. A lot of you may even change your appearance this year. You may change your lifestyle this year, right? This is all very much a case. I feel very much like butterfly energies at play here, because this is not so much, like I keep saying, this is not so much like growing pains necessarily, or because you're dealing with such a difficult path. This is sort of the reward. This is a blessing, Sagittarius, in a sense that a lot of you have had a really difficult couple of years, right? This is a blessing. This is the blessing of being able to have the space, the mental sort of maturity and the emotional maturity and the financial stability to be able to sort of control your life 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times the stage that we're at in our lives, we're still beholden to something, aren't we? We're either beholden to the fact that we only make so much money, so there's only so much that we can do with our time. Or we may be beholden to responsibilities that we have to the family, or we have to children, or we have to our culture, our society. Or it could be that it's just this period in your life where you're having to juggle a lot, and so you can't just do exactly what you want to do, right? But for you, Sagittarius, this year, I feel like this is absolutely a year where you have been given this incredible blessing of having the space, free from burden, free from undue, heavy responsibilities, free from a lack of finance because the money is absolutely going to be there, and free from any sort of mental or emotional hangups that you have probably worked through, done your shadow work through. There's not any I don't feel any lingering sort of toxicity here or lingering sort of trauma from past relationships. You've worked through that as well. And it's literally this year you have the room to do everything that you wanted to do, to transform yourself in every way that you wanted to transform. Some of you may be becoming much more spiritual. Some of you may be moving. Some of you may be changing your appearance. Temperance is conscious energy, and Six of Swords is unconscious. Again, the blessing is that the finances, I'm looking ahead with this Ace of Swords next to the Queen of Pentacles and Page of Pentacles. Finance, wealth, abundance, success is coming in, absolutely. Not without your hard work. It's because of your hard work, but absolutely you get your success. So not only are you completely in control, nobody can really get you off your square. You are coming in hard with temperance energy, but you have the absolute finance and the space and the freedom to absolutely move towards a harmony in life. right? For some of you, you will indeed be moving this year. You're going to move into the type of house you always wanted to live in, or the type of neighborhood you always wanted to live in. You're going to be able to have the lifestyle, the daily lifestyle, to finally go do what you always wanted to do. Perhaps some of you wanted to go study, or you wanted to sort of start getting into getting your body together and having, all of these little things. Some of you may have wanted to start going to an ashram or a temple and started practicing meditation on a regular basis, right? Now, before, it could be lack of funds that get in the way. It could be being stuck in a toxic relationship that's getting in the way. It could be just like you dealing with your own sort of mental, emotional issues that got in the way. But this year, none of that is in the way. Whatever it is you want to do, you have time to do it. And what you do this year, you spend your time doing, is working towards creating an absolutely harmonious life and environment for yourself. You definitely take a deep, deep walk down the spiritual side this year. Some of you are absolutely going to be doubling down on your spiritual work. You may be studying it more. You may be practicing more, especially for those of you who are in sort of like the occult or into the esoteric side of life, or maybe into healing, or sort of like, that's the alternative sort of spiritual side of life. You may be into mysticism. You may be studying Kabbalah, etc. All of these things this year, you really sort of go down this path a little bit stronger. In the meantime, you are also sort of transforming yourself in a lot of ways, You are finally going to be able to dress and look the way you want to look. Some of you may be getting some physical work done. Some of you may indeed be getting, the cosmetic surgery you've always wanted to get done that you didn't have the money to get done, but now you're going to get it done this year. And it's going to help you it's going to be all of this self-booster, the self-esteem booster, the self-confidence booster. It is really, truly a joy when you know you can live the life you always wanted, free of any sort of like things that are holding you back. Certainly free of any money issues that may be holding you back. You definitely come into the year with a feeling of Two of Swords. And so you have a feeling of that you need to make a decision, right? There is some decision at the beginning of the year, or around the beginning part of the year. There is some scenario in your life, Sagittarius, that is really making you feel like you are being forced to make an impossible choice. Now, this could very well be that some of you, because of your business or because the type of business you're going down or the type of career you're taking, you may just be feeling like there's some other area in your life that will not approve or that will not allow for this. Two of Swords is an impossible decision, though. It is one that's never made, right? And the lesson with Two of Swords is to find balance. It could very well be that some of you are feeling like, look, if in order for me to sort of make this business work or make this career path work, I'm going to have to give up socializing with my friends, or I'm going to have to give up some other area of my life that's very important to me. Remember, Sagittarius, sometimes when you get caught up in something that you feel very strongly about, Queen of Wands is one of those who's really tenacious queen. She holds on, right? Sometimes you can go to extremes, right? You can be sometimes a workaholic or working too much, or you can sometimes go to certain extremes. Just remember that the Two of Swords is all about balance, right? Finding the third way. The third way is balance. Find a balance between the things in your life that you know you need and the time you know you need to devote to this endeavor. Do you round off the year with the Ace of Pentacles in the sense that this year has been nothing but one giant golden opportunity for you, and it really absolutely comes in and manifests at the end of the year. It is a potential, though, because the aces talk about the potential and the essence of the suit. So this is not something that comes in regardless of how you act. It's almost as if this year is a golden opportunity, and what that golden opportunity turns into, the potential for it, comes out by the end of the year, but that is still up in the air. You know what I mean? We know that by the end of the year, Sagittarius, you're going to be realizing the full potential of what this Ace of Pentacles opportunity or this business path has for you. But what that is going to be very much dependent on you. So there is no definitive, you know what I mean? There is no definitive like, oh yes, it's going to be like money coming in for sure or not. the possibility is there, and the sky is the limit, right? The sky is absolutely the limit, but all of this is going to very much depend on how you make your decisions. If you maintain this focus towards harmony, because this year is still a year of working towards this objective, your spiritual objective, and certainly this year of self-transformation and working towards this goal, right? And so for you, it's going to be, especially if you're dealing, and for some of you who are starting a new business, this makes perfect sense because it's the first couple of years of a new business that it's really all about the decisions that you make, right? Maintaining your vision, not getting sidetracked. This is all really part and parcel of being able to determine if you're going to be successful. But it promises to have everything you ever wanted wrapped up in this one opportunity. So absolutely you can manifest it. 4 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles. So this is also definitely a year of you wanting to maintain your stability. We have Temperance energy, which is the second 4. So we have a predominance of 4s. And 4 is a desire to maintain stability in a lot of things. Now, 4 of Cups talks about this feeling that you have this year, and I'm not surprised with this Hermit energy, because you come into the year being very skeptical about love. You're very, very sort of like difficult to, to approach, right? You're making, this year is a year where people who want to get in touch with you or want a love connection with you, it is going to be very difficult to approach you. Because you are so on your spiritual path, you are so on your path to realizing your dreams, your hopes and dreams for your career and what it is you want to do with your life and bringing in success. And you've also just really had enough of sort of empty cups. I think this is definitely a reading for Sagittarius who's been through a lot of sort of fucked up relationships, And despite having to constantly keep getting up and working towards your goals and objectives, you have had really a rough run of it. And you're coming into the year with some stability that you've worked to achieve and maintain, and you just don't want to lose it. Giving your time up to any old empty cup. It's the same thing with your finances. You come into this year with a real sort of renewed sense of like, look, I'm going to work on self-preservation this year with my heart and my finances. This is a year for me to finally realize and become the woman or the man that I want to become. For my life, to really work hard towards this objective, to work hard towards my spiritual goal, this strong Hermit energy. And so this year you are being very solitary. This is not to say that you're not going to go out and socialize, because of course Sagittarius, you love to do that. But you're not sort of engaging in any long-term connections or deep connections with anyone. Certainly not with anybody who's just offering you an empty cup. If somebody comes along and they want to offer you something more, I'm sure you're willing to listen, but you're not willing to entertain sort of the bullshit. You know what I mean? Let me just straighten this out. Look, the bullshit of the year. You know what I'm saying? This idea that you're just not going to be wasting time sort of dating for dating's sake, things like that, Sagittarius, don't get me wrong. I know you're going to get your business taken care of, but it's just a case of you being so purposeful and determination to achieve this goal in your life. And also realizing that you need to be very careful with your finances this year and as soon as the money begins to roll in, not to go ahead and start spending it, but to definitely hold on to it. How do you round up your year? Your hopes and dreams and aspirations and your ultimate awakening that happens. Queen of Pentacles talks about what you really hope and dream for, and it's also the same position for your fears right here. So you wish for success. You wish to be your own boss. You wish to be able to manifest all of the things that you've been pouring your heart into. And this is absolutely in the area of your career. This is a very important year for you. This is a very important sort of ambitious year for you. And more than anything, you desire to be able to say, yes, it is through my blood, sweat, and tears that I was able to achieve this. At the same time, this is the same position for your fears. And of course, your fears are a failure. You fear that it won't be enough. You fear that your desire to have it and everything that you've put into it still won't be enough. And that is, that's normal to fear that, right? But more than anything, we do know one thing about the Queen of Pentacles, like the Knight of Pentacles, who is so determined. The Queen of Pentacles, She does absolutely create her own garden, and she proves that blood, sweat, and tears and putting your whole heart into your sort of desires is how you achieve them. You round the year off with a Hanged Man energy in a real awakening. This whole year has been a real awakening for you. And this is what the Hanged Man is all about. The Hanged Man really puts his effort in when he has been inspired and woken up. Okay, oftentimes the Hanged Man is called stuck energy. People say it's when you're stuck. It really isn't. It's before. It's the time before you pull this card that you may have not been moving or felt unwilling or uninspired. But when the Hanged Man shows up, it means that you are going through a period of awakening and inspiration right now. And this inspiration is allowing you to realize where in your life you may not have put the best foot forward, but where in your life you now wish to put all of your energy into. Because it's this awakening and this inspiration that you find when you realize you have so much more to achieve. This is an awakening to understanding that you indeed have a lot more that you can achieve if you just put the effort in. It's that awakening and that inspiration that comes in that is the essence of the Hanged Man. And it is at times in our lives when we have a Hanged Man sort of awakening that we really sort of go for the things we want with gusto, and we go for them with sort of real determination and purpose. Because not only have we awakened to the possibility of it, but we've also awakened to our own potential and realizing that we have so much more that we can achieve if we just put the work in. Let me go ahead and pull some clarifiers. This is a really nice reading, Sagittarius. This is a real nice stage in your life of awakening, of a soul, increasing your spiritual strength and soul searching, right? And really a year of self-transformation, because the Queen of Wands is the queen of self-transformation. I think for a lot of you, you may enter the year looking one way and living in a certain environment or lifestyle, and then by the end of the year, you're going to be absolutely unrecognizable to some people. Really, they're not even going to know who you are, because you will have gone through such a big change this year and such a leveling up on so many levels. It's going to be really, really nice. Beautiful energy. All right, Sagittarius, let's get some clarifiers for our lovely Sagittarius for the 2020 outlook. Let's go a little bit deeper. And of course, if love is what you're looking for, I'm sure that this is something that will be coming in, or maybe this reading isn't for you. But if you're resonating with this, then love indeed is coming in for you, but you're willing to wait for the right one. And you're willing to wait until until you're done with this sort of self-transformation, because it's the person that you are working towards being. It's that person that you're wanting to find a mate for. For those of you who are looking for a mate, it's not the person you are now that you're wanting to find a lover for. It's like this feeling of knowing that you're about to really sort of be in a much better space in so many ways, that you want to get to that space first, and then you feel like you're going to be working from a real position of strength when you then open up your heart to love, because now you are where you want to be, and the law of attraction states that you will pull in the type of energy that you need for that person you're going to be, and not the person you are now. And so a lot of you are absolutely willing to wait. Prince of Wands, 5 of Discs, 10 of Swords, and the Hierophant. There you go. Bottom of the deck, change. So it's a lot of change this year. Like I said, this is a big year of changes and transformation. Certainly financial changes. 2 of Pentacles talks about a lot of upheaval and financial changes. And generally this is because you are about to sort of really, experience the potential of your full sort of career and business side of your life. And so there is some changes involved. Temperance is being crossed with Prince of Wands, which is the same as Knight of Wands. So you are absolutely going after your dreams this year. Being very tempered, not allowing any sort of outside energy, bullshit relationships or people wanting money to interfere. You're just going to stay very strong and lead with your heart and go after your heart, because you absolutely know you're on the right track to really achieving something great this year and really changing your life for the better. this desire to move towards harmony and move away from relationships that no longer serve you with a real sense of strength. Again, for some of you, and this is why Four of Pentacles is in, some of you have definitely had some recent relationships that perhaps have fallen apart, or relationships in the recent past, I want to say, that have fallen apart, and you really had to pay the price financially, right, in some way or another, or you had to pick yourself back up, and get yourself back together after that split. The split hurt, but it was also something that really hurt your sort of stability, and so you remember that, and you realize that, and one of the desires you have for this year in terms of really moving towards more harmonious relationships and waters, and just a more harmonious sort of environment in your life, is to not allow yourself to be caught up in this type of scenario again, right? You're trying to sort of definitely not get caught out there like that, where you're ever having to sort of pick yourself up again because of a bad breakup, or because of a connection that fell apart or that got toxic. And so you're holding on to your money this year, Four of Pentacles, right? You're very much holding on to your money. You come in this year, Two of Swords. So yeah, this is a decision you have to make after really sort of dying, after sort of, I wanted to say, the old you has very much died. The death, Ten of Swords, is completion. It's the end of a really long, difficult period, but you find yourself having to make a decision nonetheless. And it could very well be that it's interesting, because Ten of Swords is really the end of a period in your life where you're not the same person anymore, right? But why this decision? Why this Two of Swords? And it could very well be that some of you still have a relationship or an attachment to someone in your life that very much represents your old life or the old you, and you're really trying to decide if you want to continue having some kind of connection with them or relationship, and you're really just not sure how to, what to do. This could be somebody that is like a family friend, or a friend of yours, a relative, someone that you have a real good connection with, or it could be it's something to do with just not being able to completely let go of a remnant of your old life. Okay. This could even be just as simple as deciding to sell a family house or not. Do I hold on? Do I let go? Do I hold on because I want to hold on for sentimental reasons, or because it's the family home? Or do I let go because it's associated with so much pain? So there's this decision definitely that you have to make in the beginning of the year. And like I say, this could be over really anything. It could be over a connection with someone. It could be over a relationship. It could be, but whatever the case is, you are really faced with a difficult decision of either letting it go or still holding on to it, knowing that it is really not something that it is something that's still attached to your past, and the past is something you're very much trying to leave behind. Sagittarius, the Hierophant, comes in over this Ace of Pentacles, and so again, beautiful energy. Ace of Pentacles talks about wisdom. Ace of Pentacles, of course, talks about this opportunity, great potential for wealth and abundance, but also the Hierophant talks about commitment to your spiritual goals. And I think, again, this year you guys absolutely double down on your spiritual path. And again, it is still tied up with your career and your business somehow. Some of you may be in some kind of business that has to do with your spiritual center, right? You may be opening up a healing center or something like that. Whatever the case may be, your spiritual path and your commitment to it is absolutely tied in with whatever it is you're doing with your career or your business this year. And it's a really nice partnership, because it is a path of true sort of like true purpose, right? It is what you want for your life. And you feel like, this is what I want to do in my life. This is perfect. This is what I believe in. And this is also how I can sustain my finances and make a living and enjoy my life. It's really, really beautiful, Sagittarius. All right, I'm going to leave it there. This is your reading for the 2020 outlook, your general outlook for the year. I'm going to go ahead and pull out an animal spirit for you, which I've done for the other readings. I want to pull one out for you just to see what animal spirit you may be working with this year. Get a little bit more understanding. And then once I'm done doing the last three of the signs for the 2020 outlook, I'm going to go ahead and work on the love outlook, the yearly love forecast, okay? And that's going to be strictly in the area of love. We'll be curious to see what those spreads are like for all of the signs. All right, guys. Sagittarius for 2020. We have the Nightingale. All right, the Nightingale is really a beautiful, beautiful bird, but the bird on the surface, it's quite unremarkable. It's, of course, air element Sagittarius, but on the surface, yes, the Nightingale is quite unremarkable. Nothing really sort of special, just a little brown bird, but it's when it opens up its mouth that it is absolutely beautiful to listen to. And so for some of you Sagittarius this year, your career, your business is absolutely tied in with a message that you have to give to the world. And this is why I see that spirituality factors so heavily for you this year, because this is so close to your heart in the sense that whatever your purpose, your mission is, you feel so strongly that this is something that you want to communicate to the world for the betterment of the world, for the healing of the world, for the enjoyment of the world. This could be also a performer. You could be a singer. You could be a motivational speaker. You could be a healer. You could be someone who just generally goes out and teaches. You talk to people. Whatever case may be, this year you are resonating with this very beautiful, strong, sort of healing and sort of fifth chakra sort of energy, which is, of course, the throat chakra. So your throat chakra is wide open and is connected to your heart. So the things that you're saying, people are really listening to also. People are really hearing you. They're really listening to you, right? They're listening to the words. They're listening. And if you are a singer, your songs are absolutely impacting people. But this is very much about you communicating a mission, a spiritual purpose, and all of this is wrapped up with your own sort of determination this year to increase your spirituality, and also your determination this year to absolutely work on your career and making sure that your career is absolutely in line with this spiritual growth. This is a really, really beautiful reading, Sagittarius. I'm going to leave it at that. This is your 2020 outlook. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget, I am giving away this month the Spirit Animal Oracle deck from Colette Baron Reed. I do have the unboxing video linked at the top of the description, and of course the lucky winner will receive a brand new one, which is still encased in plastic. Of course, this is the one that I opened and unboxed. And all you need to do to be in the running for that is to be subscribed to my channel and to leave me a comment letting me know that you are interested in the drawing. For the rest, Sagittarius, you know how much I love you. You are my people. I'm a Sagittarius myself, and so this is a really heartwarming, definitely strong, spiritual, abundant reading for you for 2020. All right, guys, have a great end of 2019, and I wish you all the best in 2020. Bye-bye now.